Hello friends, my name is Ari Ferger and today I'm going to paint for you. Alright, today I'm going to paint a portrait on canvas. It's been a long time since I have done a portrait, it's not really my thing. The last time I painted a portrait on canvas was like almost 2 years ago. Let me show you. This was the last portrait I have done almost 2 years ago. And the first one was this. They have 3 years apart and you can see the difference between them. One has a beard and she doesn't have a beard. Well, since I haven't done a lot of portraits, perhaps in 5 years I have painted on canvas 6 portraits, I'm not really used to this. But today I feel like painting a portrait and I've already done the figure, it's a female figure. What I'm going to do is the personification of spring, giving it a very feminine appearance, as if spring was a woman, Lady Spring. And well, let's get started. Alright, let's start with the background, and I'm going to use a sponge so I don't have to waste a lot of paint, and cover the background as fast as I can. I'm going to use greens because, well, it's spring we are talking about and I want the background to look like as if this was a forest in the background, leaves and trees and so on. I'm going to try to make it look like that bokeh effect, as if it were photography. A little blurry with those blurry dots of light. And let's see how this turns out. Right, you can already see the silhouette of the figure in here. And this won't last long. It's almost covered, but I will give it a little bit more detail because this is too watery. Alright, let's make some circles in here with a lighter color, possibly even white, because the background isn't dry yet, so you can put a little bit of white in it and a few circles to make that bokeh effect. Alright, never forget to do a pretty background. It is as important as the main figure of your painting. And now just tap it around with your sponge, around, to blend these little circles, this bokeh effect, to blend with the background. Just go and tap it all the way. This is a cool therapy. If you're feeling frustrated, just go and tap the hell out of this. Alright, now let's give a little bit of magic with a toothbrush and some white acrylic. Alright, not too much, just a few dots to keep it simple. And so the background won't distract the person who is watching the painting, won't distract it from the main subject, the center of this painting. Right, looks good. Alright, our background is done and poor Lady Spring is already filled with sparkling colors in her face. But that won't be a problem. Alright, let's go for her face. I'm going to create a first layer, the base color, so I can After that, give the face a lot more detail, and so the paint will grab into the canvas. Now I've done a color for the first layer of her face, just a tiny bit of red, and then you will add browns and yellows and of course white to make it a little bit more lighter, or you add more brown to make it a little bit darker. I see that a lot of people do the color of the face just red and white. That's exactly what I used to do 5 years ago. But I realized that the face has a lot of other colors, not just the red and white and tons between that. There's a good amount actually of browns and yellows and a little bit of oranges. Now this first layer of paint will serve to erase all the paint that left into the canvas, all the paint of the background while we were working the background. So there's no need to worry about it. Alright, don't worry if there is a lot of blots, a lot of stains in her skin at this point. It's normal, nothing to worry about. We haven't started giving the detail yet. This is just a first layer. So at this point you can still relax and enjoy your brush strokes. Alright, now is the time to give some detail. Her forehead will be a little bit lighter. From left to right. In the right side I will put a little bit darker and more red and brown in there. Try to keep it smooth. Blend the paint as well as you can to keep the skin very smooth. This is Lady Spring after all, a young woman with a porcelain-like skin. So just keep it very smooth. I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself, but the forehead is done. Of course, according to the rest of the face, the shadows of the face on her skin, I will make a little adjustments on the forehead and the rest of the face, of course, so this color is not final. Now let's go for the eyes to give a little bit of expression. Just remember that the eyes are not white. They have a lot of tonalities, a lot of shades of gray. Not like the book. Well, they have a lot of tonalities of gray. Alright, there's an eye, a grayish blue eye, still with that coldness of winter, so it's in between seasons, winter and spring. And now, let's go to the other eye. Now the hardest thing is to do an eye equal to another, but let's give it a try. Once again, don't forget, the eyes are not white. There are many shades of gray. Here we go. Alright. A lighter gray in the front and darker grays in the corners. That's right. Very gentle. I like making highs. It's what gives expression to the face. Perhaps I should start with the eyes. I think it helps me to build the rest of the face. A little bit of brown around the eye. Don't worry if the paint goes outside the eye. You will cover it eventually when you start to make the cheeks, to paint the cheeks. Alright, painting the skin between the eyebrows and the eye. Little bit darker than the rest of the skin. So a lot of browns and little bit of yellow. This side of the face will be darker than the left side. Alright. Alright, there's no need to give her makeup. The point of this painting is to create Lady Spring. So the point is to show the natural beauty of women. Because this is Lady Spring, it's the rebirth of nature. Nature in its true form. So I want to give her a naive look and a natural beauty to this. Alright, the other eye is done. And it was very difficult to make it equal to the other. Well, in truth, one side of the face is not equal to the other, but still, there are clear evidences here that it's not quite the same. Looks a bit weird. But maybe that's because I'm here for a long time looking at the same stuff. So it looks weird. Right, let's go for the face. Just give it a little bit more detail and some shades. Try to blend them with the other already existing shades. Alright. Yes. In here. Alright, now let's go for the lips, which I think will be the hardest to create. Let's start with a darker color of lips, so we can then make the lighter shades above this first layer. Unbelievable. I wanted to give her a naive look, and she looks exactly the opposite. Look at these dead eyes, and look at these lips. Jesus Christ. Well done, Mr. Derger. You have completely ruined it. Now let's go for the hair. Maybe that's what's going to save the painting. Let's go for brown. Alright, this is not going as I expected, but maybe the hair will help a bit. And now you guys ask, what in the devil is this? Yes, I know. You are screaming, please stop, it's dead already. I just have to try it. I think I'm going to put some flowers in here, trying to save this again. After all, it's spring, so we need some flowers. Alright, if I save this, well, I don't know, you tell me. It looks better, but still I don't like it. She looks a little bit too serious. Well, instead of Lady Spring, she is the goddess of spring, because she looks a little bit menacing. Anyway, I think I'm done with the flowers, and now let's go for the end. You know what? I am a little bit tired and I haven't eaten all day to make this, so I'm going to erase the hand and I will put the continuation of the hair, and it's done because I'm really tired. I'm really not cut out to make portraits on canvas. I will start making portraits on paper, just on paper. Alright, I think the painting is done and let's see how it turned out. Alright friends, I hope you have enjoyed this video, and this painting definitely didn't turn out as I expected, as I wanted, as I have imagined it. Anyway, it's not that bad, is it? Well, you tell me in the comments. Now I must go because I'm really tired and I haven't eaten all day to do this. So yeah, before I fall on my knees or on my bottom, I better get going and eat something. All the links to my social media are down below at the description. Thank you for watching, see you on the next video, and I'll promise you next time, next work will be better than this. And tack för idag!